We're in Bury today with Ben, and Gareth is inside beaving away with some silicon, and this is your 8-bed HMO project?
8-bed HMO, all en suite.
All en suite. So what was it originally? Was it a 3-bed, 4-bed?
It was a three-bedroom terrace house, but a vast 3-bedroom terrace house. Needed like everything. Yeah. Ceilings falling down. You could swim in the basement, there was so much water. I mean, you name it, like full back to brick. Yeah.
Right, let's go and have a look then. Let's make a start. You can already see window for the basement. So what sort of lighting was already here for the basement?
It was just like a metal grid.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's nothing. We kind of dug that out a bit and then did all that.
And is that all under permitted development?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure about
Not entirely sure, okay.
No, sorry. All of this is permitted development. Yeah.
Okay.
What we wanted to do originally was we wanted to dig this out, and we had to put in planning for that, but they rejected it because they didn't want that as a bedroom.
Okay.
Because we wanted to go in for a 9-bed.
Right.
So we were going to turn this into a garden, for the basement bedroom. So a little table and chairs.
Yeah.
But that wasn't. So this was fine. Just we need to cover it and with fire eggs and everything else. It's all compliant and everything now. But yeah.
Nice, okay. And was your architect critical in sort of guiding you on that? Or?
Yeah, we took a lot of advice from architects, and then also our interior designer. Yeah. So she works as like an interior architect, so she kind of redid drawings. So they worked together. Yeah. So the architect obviously did everything first, and then we kind of rejigged the layout a little bit with her. It was kind of like a team effort, really. Nice.
And then from a planning point of view, so 8-bed.
Yeah.
So you're above the 6.
Yeah.
Needed planning.
Yeah.
What's it like around here?
Tricky.
Yeah.
Really tricky.
Really tricky. Yeah.
Everything in this project, like, it's been pretty smooth sailing. Like we've had it's been a great project. Like, we're 3 weeks ahead of schedule, but the planning, my God, like unbelievably stressful. Yeah. Because they just have like your whole life in their hands. And they really wanted to make an example of us. They actually said, they stood up in, we had to go to appeal, and they said, we want to make an example of you so people know that, you can't just come here and just anything can be a HMO.
Right, standard needs to be high.
So we went like above and beyond. Like we had to create parking space. No other HMOs have had to create a parking space. So we had to knock the garage down, and so we've done a lot.
Wow.
But we've got there in the end, and it's all good now. But it was tough at the time.
So is it one of the? In some places, it's like within 100 meters, X amounts of properties can't be HMOs. Is it? Did you have sort of them constraints?
No, it wasn't necessarily that constraint. I mean, they are worried about oversaturation, but there are HMOs on this road.
Yeah, I was going to say naturally these properties.
These properties are perfect for it. So there's quite a few. I do think they're going to bring Article 4 in at some point. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure when, but it was more. They were more concerned with it, as opposed to the saturation. They were more concerned with things like bins and parking. Right, yeah. So just to try and make it not to disrupt the community in any way.
Because I suppose from their point of view, that's the stuff negative feedback to the council.
Which is totally fair enough. Yeah. So and then on top of what they've asked us to do, we went then above and beyond. So we've kind of done soundproofing, we've done loads of insulation, so we shouldn't hear anything from the neighbours. We've got a great relationship with both sides now. Brilliant. So we really wanted to keep the relationship just good, really. Introduce ourselves, we just say luxury co-living, because you say HMO and it's like the fear in their eye, like no. So we say luxury co-living, and and it is, we're not like Lions people, so
Nice.
All right, come on in.
Then. Let's go inside. Lovely big front door.
So
it's room number 1.
Yeah, bedroom 1. So this is the biggest room in the house.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's great. It's got plenty of space, plenty of storage. All the bedrooms have en suites, and weirdly, actually, this is one of the slightly smaller en suites, but most of them have got really good, decent sized showers in. Yeah. Which actually already we've had feedback from the viewings we've had. Every viewing they've came in, especially the girls, have been like, "Oh my God, I'm so relieved to see like space in the bathroom."
Space in the bathroom. If we just have a nose. So was there any? Now I don't know if this is something which is just like a Wirral thing, but we have a sort of directive of drying space and size of shower trays and distances and stuff like that. Is there any of that in
It's
Bury?
more just on the square footage. You just have to hit the minimum square footage. That and for the HMO officer, there has to be like a minimum size shower tray, minimum size sink. We've gone above all of that. Okay. So we're again, my memory for numbers is terrible, but we've gone above. Gareth will be better to answer those questions for you.
And is the reason you've gone above because you've had the luxury of the space?
The space, but also it's, you know, HMOs are competitive.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're popping up everywhere. The demand is there, but, you know, things are getting really competitive, and we don't want void periods. You know, we want it to be, we want to create like the best possible homes we can. If that means sacrificing a bedroom so that we get more space to do like co-working spaces or cinema rooms, that's what we're going to do. And yeah, we had the luxury of space in this place. You know, it's a massive building, so we were able.
Ceilings are super high.
And we've dropped these right down. We dropped these like. Well, definitely over 200 mil to hide, because you can see how close it is to the top there, but to hide all the pipe work in.
Right.
So Gareth, again, did all that, but to hide all the, you know, the soil stacks and everything in. So all the ceilings have been dropped.
Which is a good tip, which is, I think whenever people are viewing HMOs, always measure the loft.
Always.
Always. There's always, you can always reconfigure stuff.
And if you can only pop your head through, which we could in this one, a laser measure. Laser measure, torch. Because you really need to see the head height in it. I mean, well, that was when we first viewed this place, you could literally get, I mean, I don't even think you could fully get your head in. So you have to, like, you know, push your head in, and you kind of like that with a laser measure. But as soon as we got the measurements, we were like, oh my God, it's massive. It's massive. So yeah, we were very confident to move forward with it.
Nice. And then a couple of bits I've noticed straight away is the thermostats on the rads.
Gareth's very keen on that.
Can you control them from an app?
Yeah. So Gareth can speak to you about all the plumbing system, but we've gone. It's the TRV system is just so we can control it. I can't tell you the exact technology is fitted, but it basically keeps it on a low level all day long, so that it evenly distributes heat and, you know, hot water around the house. But again, that was something Gareth did a lot of research on. So we've actually, before doing this one, developed HMOs for other people. And so Gareth's been heavily involved in it. My family do HMOs as well, so Gareth has done their HMOs.
And you were saying before, soundproofing, drop the ceilings, I imagine there's lots of insulation.
Masses, I mean, look, we've opened the windows now, but this, and I know it's a hot day, but even the lads in the winter, after they put the insulation in, it's like a hot house. Because we just don't want complaints, you know, we want people just to feel like comfortable here, you know, and again, just future-proofing it, you know, as much as we can. Yeah, you know, it does cost more, absolutely. I mean, everything from like the art to the insulation, but we just really think it's worth it.
And well, I suppose as well, if you go into the stage where you've measured the loft, you're lowering ceilings, it's completely back to brick, it's the time to do it.
Might as well, it's time to do it,
You know what I mean? Future-proofing the investments, long term,
100%.
And it's going to lower your bills.
Absolutely. And we're hoping the end evaluation will help that. But we really wanted to get this first HMO for us as spot on as we possibly could, so that once we've nailed every aspect, obviously there's learning curves, but as we're trying to nail as much stuff as we can, so that we can just say, right, the model works, these are the measurements, this is what, you know, the plumbing system works, everything else, then we can just knock them out. We want to do as many as we can now.
Copy and paste.
Copy and paste, basically.
And then in terms of plugs, sockets, was there a steer from the architect, the interior designer? Was it like one double on every wall? Yeah,
we were keen to get, Raquel was very, very vocal about that, you know, getting the right amount of sockets in. You know, the big thing for Raquel was like getting sockets and light, you know, by the mirrors, so that you could, you know, do your makeup and, you know, so
get ready.
But yeah, the architect was brilliant, and I think they, you know, put like the minimum requirement in. But then when we redid the drawings with Raquel, we definitely added bits in.
Upped it.
You know. Just so it's easier.
I mean, design, it looks good, doesn't it?
And at the end of the day, like you said, if it's back to brick, it's not that much more expensive to add in a couple more plug sockets. Although the black ones in 8 bedrooms do add up. But they look better though.
They do,
They look better, but they add up.
I think the painting on the walls, it creates I mean, I'm not an interior designer, but I've seen a couple of things where you can create a perception of a bigger room.
The way she zoned it, the inspiration board that we gave her before we started was like really big on colour. We went to Mexico not long before we did this, and there was this architect we really love called Luis Barragan, and they did like, it's a very like loads of colour blocking, but his is like fuchsia, pink, luminous yellow. So we were like,
offensive.
Probably couldn't do that. So we gave kind of her that idea, and then now she's like done this, and I think she's nailed it. Like,
I completely agree. So like a workspace, storage space, bedroom.
It's great.
It's nice. And so I'm just thinking in my mind, studios, kitchenettes, was that ever a consideration?
It was. So the original plan was to do, there was going to be a work surface here and then like a little kitchenette here, but the space You could have done it. It would have been tight, and we just heard too many comments backwards and forwards about, you know, anything like, you know, fitting an oven or with the whole banding system, and if they do change their mind on that, and I know they've reverted on that, but then they could go back forward, you know. So we decided not to put it in. And honestly, I don't think it's necessary. You know, then we thought about doing it with just like a table there with a kettle and a microwave, but then the kitchen's there.
It's right there.
So I just think, like, for the extra money, I just don't think it's necessary. And we've had 4 viewings so far, and every person has come in here and said they, you know, really love the space. Maybe they'd want to put like a railing there if they had more clothes, or do you know what I mean? So I think that would have just cluttered it too much.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I like this. This is nice.
Yeah,
like,
sliding door's good.
Yeah, it's proper space saver as well.
Yeah.
Right.
So bedroom number 2.
Let's go to number 2.
Still again, got a few bits of art to hang.
We've got the colour blocking. The wall again as well.
Yeah, everywhere. This kind of ties in with the window there.
He's the big man. He's the big man. The best JV partner.
Oscar's the boss. So yeah, bedroom number 2. Bedroom number 2. Again, so every room's got its own individual style, different artwork, different colour scheme on every bedroom. But we're quite keen on the storage for, you know, every room. So we've got, you know, good round drawers, desk space in every room, wardrobes behind you, and again, you know, like with the colour, I can open this a little bit, but with the zoning of the colour, you know, I think it works really well. Gareth's just hard at work.
There's he's beavering away there.
We'll give me a break soon.
Have to speak to the boss.
I've hidden my whip to crack it. But yeah, again, all the rooms have like these huge windows, so it's, you know, a nice bright house.
Wow, yeah, it is. It's massive.
Privacy blinds on the ground floor windows, which are kind of cool. You know, have you seen them? You can lower them down. You can see out of them, but you can't see in.
Oh, wow.
I know, it kind of blows my mind a little bit. I'm easily impressed. But yeah, it's cool.
Nice. So are we expecting major price difference between that room and this room?
A little bit, yeah. So that's on the market for $795 per calendar month, and this is on the market for $750 per calendar month.
$750. Okay, so you're expecting, you said that was the biggest, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the biggest room in the house, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, Oscar out the way. Right, what I'll do is we'll do ground floor and then we'll zigzag upstairs,
Yeah, sounds good, Now this has got to be the showpiece, I think.
Yeah, you'll have to try and see past. There is obviously tools and stuff, but that'll probably be going tomorrow when the photo shoot starts. But yeah, so kitchen, super happy with. Went with the Howden's kitchen, love the green. Again, like, you know, lots of colour. Love these little lights. This was bespoke. This got fitted yesterday.
Wow. What joiner or?
Well, we had kind of a mix and match really. We bought the fabric from somewhere in Batley, and then we went to Warrington to a guy there who could make it for us and fit it. And then we've got a table we've just ordered off Etsy, but it's like a really beautiful oak table that's gonna fit here perfectly. So yeah, it's like, obviously you can eat or you can just use it as a workspace. But it's going to be like the reason we had to do the bespoke table, annoyingly, is because it had to be like a 60mm, narrow, and you just can't find a 60mm table and the length.
Off the shelf,
but yeah, double fridge freezer, double ovens.
And is this going to be a preparation space? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't. To be honest, I don't know what it'll be used for yet. I'm hoping it won't be used to stack dirty dishes. Although we have got a cleaner coming in every week to maintain that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, once the tenants move in, I guess it'll be a learning curve for us. To figure out how they use the space.
Are you going to self-manage or?
We are for the time being. Okay. Yeah. I think, you know, our big thing is we really, really want to scale this, and I personally don't. I feel like if I can't do something myself, how can I teach or ask someone else to do the job? So we really wanted to self-manage it for the first few months, just so we know exactly what we're looking for in a manager. And then eventually, as we scale, we'll probably bring things like that in-house. So it'll just make it a more simple process for us to show people what we want from a manager. So yeah, we're going to self-manage.
Nice.
Yeah, we like to be quite hands-on. Even things like, you know, our flip projects, we've sold all of them ourselves. You know, we like being really hands-on with it, because I feel like
understand the whole process.
Understand it, and then we can, you know. Now it's like selling houses. It's not easy, but it's, you know, when you're enthusiastic and when you've got a passion for it, I feel like it's quite easy to sell, because you're like, we did this, you know, and you can really just talk about the proproperty with a bit of enthusiasm.
With passion,
So yeah, look, we're going to do it. But we've met some incredible managers in the area within Manchester. So yeah, we potentially will be handing it over at some point.
Nice. Nice.
But yeah, we'll see.
Should we take a little look outside?
Yeah, we can. So this is still storage and boxes at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a mess, but yeah, got a little built-in seating area here.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we just thought it useful, you know, people
outside
have a
space,
glass of wine or whatever in the evening, or
the summer,
a fag, or I don't know what, if people smoke. So this is going to be bike storage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so part of the planning was we had to do bike storage for 8 bikes.
Yeah.
And it's pretty big steel structure, annoyingly. So that's going to come out quite far, but we had to do it.
Yeah,
so
compliance.
It'll be, I mean, I've done 5 viewings so far, not a single person's had a bike.
Okay.
And 3 people have wanted to take rooms, so, you know, and it's cost thousands, but, you know, whatever. The garden was like this before, and then like a little alleyway there. This was all a big garage, but part of planning was we had to create, so you got 6 bedrooms under PD, so we had to create parking spaces for the 2 extra tenants.
Okay.
So
that's
2 cars,
okay,
yeah. That's otherwise and we would have potentially fought it, but they would have definitely refused it.
Yeah.
They told us that 100% we had 2 parking. So if I just open this door here, stay there, Oscar. So yeah,
you can see it. Yeah.
So this it was huge. I mean, look, we can see next door's garage there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we knocked all that down, and now we've got private parking for 2 vehicles.
Wow.
Once the skip goes, we'll be able to use it.
That's got to be a bonus.
Yeah,
Big
it is.
bonus, yeah.
Obviously, at the time, I wasn't ecstatic because it all just comes at like huge cost.
Yeah.
You know, knocking the garage down, getting rid of the bricks, you know, more skips. But actually, in hindsight, it's like, you know, there's been a few people I've viewed so far that have been like, oh, actually, that's great. Like, I'd love that. And I think for the valuation as well, the fact that we provided off-street parking.
Extra, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just something extra, you know, that we can give back. So
which rooms will get the parking spaces?
First come, first serve.
Is that the way it's
yeah,
gonna be?
First come, first serve. I mean, it's difficult, really. You can't. Yeah, we're going to have to allocate it per room.
Yeah.
And it'll just be, you know, well, thanks very much for signing the first contract.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's
got a car.
yeah. I like it, yeah.
But
like
we'll have to wait and see.
And then we can see the start of the dormer. So
Start of the dormer.
Is this a L-shaped dormer or is it just a dormer on the
No,
top?
it's a full double dormer all the way across. It's a box dormer. So
Nice.
they're great, those rooms.
I imagine they're probably some of the nicest.
It's just so nice to have that, even like the rooftop views and stuff. Yeah.
Penthouse suite.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what we're labelling it as anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
nice.
He's got a habit.
He's guarding the door.
He's got God. Yeah, he is actually.
Should we go down to the basement?
Yeah, I'll show you the basement. So yeah, the basement.
Was it? I assume it was all new windows, all new doors.
Do you know what? No, the windows aren't actually that old. So we kept the windows, which was great for us. And they're still within warranty and everything.
Wow.
So yeah, they're not that old.
That's a good win, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I've literally come back in and I've just seen
I love that.
arch.
I know,
Amazing,
I know.
isn't it?
We really like that. Look, in a HMO, you know what it's like with like dropping the ceilings and everything else. Unfortunately, you just can't keep even like the beautiful high skirting boards. It kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but everything has to come out because it's not practical. So the little things we can keep, like if it's a curved, you know, archway there, and then with the stained glass up there, and then, you know, with the staircase, you know, we've tried to keep what we can.
Yeah.
And we had to lift the staircase, but we managed to retain the look of it.
Yeah.
Because it had to be a higher banister for fire eggs.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
What a view that is. Right, down to the basement.
Come on down. So this is a co-working space, TV room and laundry.
Oh, wow.
We've got the 2 washers, 2 dryers in there.
Oh, so is this a bit of a plant room? Right,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly, yeah. So
size of water cylinder?
These, you're going to have to ask
Is it
Gareth
a
all
Gareth?
these.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny because a few people have said to us they're surprised that there's only one. But again, Gareth will explain to you all about the reason he's done that. So he's gone for this like flow rate system, which apparently means you only need one. But yeah. Unfortunately, I can't give you too much details on that, but Gareth can tell you.
Nice plant room, which is separate. You don't have to go through anyone's room to get to it.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
I imagine the HMO people like that.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and we're lucky we had the space to do it separate and not get rid of kitchen space.
Yeah.
So again, you know, basement rooms can just be kind of a bit grim and a bit
Dark,
cold and dark. So I think, you know, when she showed us the colours, first of all, I was like, oh God, really? But actually, now it's like it's cozy. Like, I'd want to come and sit in here and watch TV.
Saturday night,
Yeah,
takeaway.
yeah, exactly, yeah. If people want to work from home, you know, we've got this here, which is great. So yeah, but the original plan, so for the 9th bedroom, we were super excited about it because we were like, you know, we're going to create this like little garden room and we're going to dig all the way out, and the little steps up, you know, door there. But they're not keen.
Not keen on what basements.
Basement rooms, full stop. The excuse they gave is because it wasn't a south-facing room, so therefore it wouldn't get the light. Even though we were going to dig right out, they thought it was still going to be too dark. And it's fair enough. I mean, maybe it would be. I think it'd be all right, but maybe they're right. I don't know. We were pretty annoyed at first, but actually it's quite nice to offer them more communal space because we've only got the kitchen, you know, so it'll be nice if we've actually got, and hopefully, you know, the tenants make friends and they actually can use it, you know. I mean, I did when I was in London, when I first did house shares, I made friends with all my tenants, you know. And then you don't, but yeah, so we'll see.
And this is just an added bonus for them. This, the car parking spaces.
Yeah, exactly.
USB just a little, for you guys.
Yeah. Just trying to get all the extras in.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So bedroom number 3.
Bedroom number 3. Oh, nice.
I need to double check the price of this one. Sorry. So yeah, bedroom number 3, £735 a calendar month. It's slightly on the small side of this room, but still, we've still got a decent amount of storage. You know, all the beds you've got, landlord furniture are great for this sort of thing. You've got loads of underbed storage, drawers, wardrobes, desk is great. You know.
Working space,
Yeah, it's just nice to have that and you know.
Nice looking out, yeah.
It's nice to look out. I don't know if you describe it as a view, but do you know what I mean? It's nice just to...
Reminds me of Coronation Street.
Coronation Street, on the open day, yes, and everyone was saying that. I said view at one point, and all the girls were laughing head off, and I was like, okay, it's not a beach, I get it, but it's like, it's still nice to be able to see out.
On a nice day,
Great big windows as well, which is,
massive, Lots of natural light, I don't know. If you want to come over, you can actually see the size of... Those garages are
massive, isn't it? They are
huge.
I know. We were disappointed because, you know, they're just so practical for storage. You know, if tenants had, we were just thinking because, you know, like people have suitcases or they have, you know, we could keep everything in there. We could have kept. Anyway, it's fine. It's
more
gone.
Space,
but it is what it is.
Yeah, and you can even see next door they've completely got rid of that.
They've got the whole thing, so they don't have any garden.
You'd probably get 4 cars there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah, but you won't be able to get them out.
Yeah.
And that was one thing, again, with regs, that we had to be they were very adamant on, is like reversing space and the angles the cars come out at. And, you know, our architect was brilliant. And, you know, we had to do so many drawings, you know, showing that a car could come out at a certain angle and it wouldn't have any blind spots. And it was, I mean, it was kind of...
So that sort of stuff, I mean... a lot of people will be put off by that stuff for HMOs at this level. Would your feedback be it's more leveraging your architect and people like that, as opposed to you maybe knowing all the answers to all these questions?
I mean, look, we didn't know the answers to anything, but we were lucky that we really did our research into finding the best people to work with us that could help us. You know, I'm a firm believer in, you know, just not wasting your time. Like, you got to know how much your time is worth. And I need to still go back down to London to fund these things. So we tried to find the best people. We found our architects just by going on the planning portal, and his name
was on everything.
I'm not joking.
Mate, that is a really good tip.
Literally everything
that got approved.
Yeah,
he was on.
Everything. So we just thought he obviously knows what he's doing, and he did. And he even said to us on the 9th bedroom, he's like, "You won't get it." And I was like, well, should we try? And he's like, yeah, go for it, but you won't get it.
You won't get it, yeah.
So,
which again, I'd say feedback on that for people is planning portal in your local area, architects who know the local area, because like, you know, he told you up front, he's like, it's not going to happen, mate. And that's his experience, you're going to leverage out there, isn't it?
Yeah, and he recommended the builder. You know, and we interviewed, I mean, we can tell you about this later, but we interviewed like 20 builders.
Wow.
Met some amazing people, but, you know, we've done enough projects now to know exactly what we're looking for. We're new here, we didn't know anyone, we didn't have any connections. And yeah, you know, I know 20 might seem excessive, but it just took that time to find someone that we really had confidence in, Oscar. And yeah, I mean, we looked out. Phil was unbelievable.
Was he?
I've not got enough positive things to say about Phil. Like him and his team, really incredible. Would love to work with them again, but we've recommended them so much now. I don't think we're able to afford them.
Yeah, getting them loads of work.
I mean, you can't not recommend them. They've done such a good job. So we've got 2 different en suites in the. I thought that was on a. Thanks very much. Yeah, so it's either a blue one or a green one. Every bedroom's different, but again, a decent sized shower in this one. But yeah, every bedroom's different. Again, another thing which like Raquel did is instead of doing the tiny sinks, because we were like, do we need something this big? But it's the first viewing we had was like, oh my God, I'm so happy you've got this for all my makeup. And I was like, oh God, I didn't even think about that. But she was like, yeah, like where would I put all my toiletries? Like all the HMOs I'm viewing have like nowhere for your makeup. So then it goes on like in the bedroom, then it falls off and it marks the carpet. So it's just useful to have the storage. Again, like, you know, you think 2 gay guys would get that, but no, but I've got 20 different moisturizers. You think I'd, you know, but yeah, no, didn't know. Didn't know. Yeah.
Power of the interior designer.
Yeah, although she was great. She was great. Go on, downstairs. So, bedroom number 4. So again, this one is £735 a calendar month. Different design again. So we've got, I love this on the back wall here.
Nice that.
Yeah, super cool. Really, really like it. And then this was, so there was a lot of rejigging with the walls, and I think that was half the original bathroom.
Right,
So,
okay.
do you know what I mean? So we split that in half, and now the bedroom 3's kind of got the other half with the little step down, but yeah.
Nice.
There's a little less storage in this room than the others, but it's still, you know, we still try to provide as much as possible, but.
Nice.
And then yeah, every room again, different colour scheme, different art. That was a big thing for us. We wanted like pictures kind of everywhere.
Make it look really nice.
Yeah, just really want to.
Did interior designer give you a stairway to get the stuff from?
Everything.
Or, yeah,
she did everything.
Wow,
yeah, everything. Again, quite a lot of people were surprised. We did the whole package, but she's got so much experience on like a commercial level.
Yeah.
Gareth and I think we have good taste, but can we marry 8 bedrooms together? Yeah, we probably could, but I don't think, I think we've learned so much and we're super happy. Yeah, she did a great job.
Nice.
Few pictures, we haven't finished. We haven't. So we have one off suite.
Okay.
So again, with the original plans, so this is the smallest room in the house, and this bathroom is for this bedroom.
Okay. Yeah, the off-suite
Originally, the bathroom was down there, the other side of the house.
Yeah.
And as soon as Raquel saw the drawings, she said, 100%, if you're a girl and you're in a house full of like boys, and you got a towel around your head, you know, you don't want to walk from there to there. Yeah. And we were like, so she was like, 100%, like we're not even a conversation, we have to move it. So we moved it, and actually, we're super happy we did, because she's totally right.
Yeah, and if you're a bloke, it sort of doesn't matter either way, does it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just better, I think, isn't it? Really, yeah. So there's a lot of rejigging, but we got there in the end. So bedroom 6. So again, it's the smallest room in the house, but it's still, you know what? It's still double the size of the first HMO room I lived in London. So this one is £695 a calendar month.
Yeah, the cheap one,
but look, it obviously is on the smaller side, but you've got a nice big window, the park's right there, that park's lovely as well. You still got the desk space, and you still got a good amount of storage in here. You've got, drawers, wardrobe. I think it works really well.
So let's talk a bit about Bury, the location, what sort of, so this is mostly going to be professionals, I assume? Are they professionals working in Manchester?
All over. There's lots, so every person that's viewed it so far has been local work.
Yeah.
So the first girl was a fashion distribution centre. I think there's like obviously quite a lot of retail parks. Like Superdrug have got a head office here. JD Sports has got a massive office here. That girl's company have got a head office here. The other person, there was another girl yesterday who's a teacher in a local school, so she wants to move in. It's all local so far.